Opinions aren't law. Two things can be true at the same time. Two different people can experience the same thing and perceive it in two completely different ways. Does that make one person wrong or right? No. We all have our own thought process because we all come from different backgrounds. A lot of times I think we get so used to wanting to be right and try to convince people to do things the way we do them. Your relationship is going to be how you need your relationship to be. And that's totally fine based on the individual. It's impossible for us to have the same exact experience when we're experiencing new things with completely different people. That's why it's important to identify exactly how you feel about things before you listen to others or follow their blueprint. What works for somebody else may not work for you. Your dynamic may be completely different. You don't always have to be right. Opinions aren't law, opinions aren't facts, feelings aren't facts. You're entitled to your own opinion and perception of life. The average person gets so caught up in trying to convince people to agree with their viewpoint that they miss the opportunity to have a good conversation or learn something new. I personally believe that you can learn something from anybody, a baby, a skinhead, a dragon, a mermaid, a lion. Any and everybody can teach you something if you allow yourself to be open to a new concept of life. Just because you don't agree with the person doesn't mean that the things that they're saying is wrong. It doesn't mean that you have to demonize the things that they're saying or make them feel less than just because you don't agree with their thought process. Two things can be true at once. I had a conversation the other day with someone, and the topic of discussion was relationships. And they stated that they believe that men and women aren't equal. And me personally, I believe men and women are equal because they're both human. But the person was so head bent on me seeing things from their view and viewing relationships as a hierarchy and men come first, then the women, then the children. And granted, they're entitled to that opinion, but I was open to hearing their concept. I was open to hearing their thought process. I was open to understand from their point of view. Because like I stated earlier, I do believe you can learn things from everybody. But the person who I was having a conversation with was so eager for me to agree with them or to perceive things in their view that they dominated the conversation and didn't allow themselves to actually get to the root of why I felt the way I felt about things. And I think this happens a lot because we always want to convince people to agree with us or understand from our thought. And you can have a conversation with somebody or converse among a group and get your point across without having to convince them that your opinion is law. I think society has conditioned us to believe that majority rules based off the court system and the jury. Majority says this, then you're guilty. Or politics, where if the majority vote says this, then this is the law. You're going to perceive things a certain way based off your upbringing or the way you feel about life. I also believe a lot of people don't have their own thoughts and are so easily influenced by society or things outside of them because they never give themselves the opportunity to truly think for themselves, question things, or do research. I'm very big on emphasizing the importance of research and questioning all the questions. We grew up hearing in church, don't question God. You go to school, don't question your teacher. Always the information is right or wrong. This is law, stick with it. But in reality, that's not the case. It's possible for it to be multiple different truths. So question the questions, research, learn, give yourself the opportunity to see things from multiple different perspectives and develop your own understanding based off your research, not just because someone told you to do A, B, and C. It's one thing to memorize something, but it's something completely different when you give yourself an opportunity to actually learn and experience life from your perspective and your understanding. But it really don't matter what I believe. You need to figure out what you believe and honor your thoughts and honor your principles and honor your morals. Don't allow your beliefs to be based off things that influence you. Your parents influence you. Your partner can influence you. Your upbringing can influence you. Your environment can influence you. I had to unlearn and relearn a lot of things to establish my own view. I'm not a sheep. I don't follow the masses. I don't follow the crowd. I don't feel like I have to do things just because other people are doing them. I know that I came here to live life and experience life from the lens of Chloe Brianna. Am I open to listen to others? Absolutely. Am I open to learn from others? Absolutely. But even after I receive information from others, I give myself the opportunity to process things and get my own understanding based off how I feel and what I understand and how I digest the information. And I'm entitled to do that. And so are others. So don't get so caught up in trying to force people to do things the way you want them to be done. Learn from everyone. Receive information and do what you will with it. We're sent here to have free will. You don't have to do things exactly how others do things. I'm Chloe Brianna. Learn who you are and become who you're meant to be.